Is your mic plugged in? Are we live? 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 Live? Are we live, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're live. What's going on? It is New York Giants game day, and it feels good to be back. It's me and Danny King. This is not like a really produced show. We just kind of like a hype stream for the game. We'll talk through 53-man roster or inactives, all that good stuff. Danny King, how are you? It feels good to be back.
It does feel good to be back. And people are wondering where Justin is. He's getting ready for the tailgate tonight at L16. If you're going, you should still buy your tickets. But Justin will be here probably during away games. I'm here during home games, just so all the new people think Justin didn't leave. He's still here, but I'm excited. I've been waiting so long for this game. I wish it was here now, but it ain't. But we got a lot to talk about, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, so we'll get into questions and stuff. Darren Waller, though, is expected to play. I mean, we didn't get to talk about this on the preview pod, so we can do it now. And, besides a few tweets, really haven't talked about it a ton. And that, my heart is still suffering from that news. Like, he's expected to play today. Cool. Very happy. If he's ready, if he's able to play. That's my mindset when you have your most, to me, he's like the third most important piece on your offense, right after DJ and Andrew Thomas. I do think I truly do think that. So I'm happy he's going to play, but I'm still worried because the hamstrings have been the issue the last couple of years with him, and hamstrings just don't go away. Where we got, he dominated in training camp, dominated in the preseason, but now and it was like, okay, if he can stay healthy, which is a nice phrase, but until he actually deals with an injury, you don't really feel the injury history for a new player. And I'm now like, damn, dude, this could, even if he's playing tonight, I'm worried about the rest of the season with this dude.
No, I mean, I agree 100% because that's the one thing we do with Darren Waller was that he's always injury prone. And then 2 days before the game, it pops up that his hamstring, the one thing that was, I believe, was last year or whatever year it was, held him out for a lot of games. We knew it was the Darren Waller experience. I was hoping it wouldn't happen week one, but it almost happened week one. But like you said, it's still gonna be nervous. And someone mentioned it in the chat too. I think it was Football Group actually. Wet turf, obviously new turf. This first time they'll play on it with the rain though, if it does, however much it does rain in Jersey tonight. So it'll be interested to see how that affects Darren Waller and his hamstring and see if Darren Waller, is he a full go or are we going to see more Daniel Bellinger? Because that's the other question. Is there going to be more split with Daniel Bellinger now? So that's the other big question.
And it's crazy. Me and Justin talked about it on the mailbag pod because we had a question that said, it was asked, like, besides Evan Neal's growth and injuries, what is the biggest deciding factor? Basically like swing vote for the season. What can swing the season the most? That's not like a set thing. Like, we know Saquon's going to be good. We know Daniel Jones has got at least a floor of good. Obviously like Andrew Thomas, like realistic ones. And I said on the mailbag pod, like, oh, I'm glad you had those two disclaimers because those are the two biggest ones, but they're the ones I don't want to talk about that much because we all know it. And I specifically mentioned Darren Waller. That Darren Waller, his injury doesn't just make it worse because he's not on the field and you can't throw to him. But I think this wide receiver room is a solid receiver room when you have a Darren Waller, right? Who's taking that attention, who's getting the majority of the targets, and then you have you have the speed of Slayton, you have the short game route running of Isaiah Hodgins, you've got the slot from Paris Campbell, you got Hyde as a deep threat. But without Waller out there, it just makes everything harder for those guys. So and that's why, when people ask me who do I think is more important for this offense this season, I do think for Darren Waller and Saquon. That's why I do say Darren Waller, because I think Darren Waller truly does make everything easier for everybody on this team. And number one contributing factor is just being the best target that Daniel Jones has ever had going into year 5.
I mean, yeah, no, you're 100% correct. If Darren Waller's not out there, it's a totally different looking offense, quite frankly. And I don't think he makes everyone better. And if he's gone, then that's the biggest playmaker, probably next to Saquon, that they'll have to worry about. And it will expose a lot of flaws with this Giants team without Darren Waller.
Let's see. Someone said Sean McCarthy says those are the headphones that came with Danny's Walkman.
I tried to give them a go. I didn't like them because they like them to record. So
you're using the microphone now?
I got the mic back out. I wasn't feeling
Can you crank the volume up a little bit on it?
Yeah, I got you. A
little less, actually.
A little less. First day. But there you go.
Just wanted to make because there was back. All right, that's good. That's good right there. Let's see. I do see the Evan Neal jersey in the back. So, have you officially ordered your Deontay Banks first round jersey yet, number 25?
Yeah, I ordered Deontay Banks. I don't know when it's getting here. I think it's probably going to get here somewhat soon because he actually has a number.
That's an annoying thing by the Giants is like they're like, we won't take anyone's number, right?
Yeah.
So like John Michael Schmitz, they should take Marcus McKeithen's number away from him. Like I'm sorry, but John Michael Schmitz should have number 60. They should take Marcus McKeithen's number away from him.
Like there's so many examples, I feel like Marcus McKeithen would be willing to trade his number if he just has something given to him.
Yeah, it may not mean that much to JMS, I guess, but 61 is just so ugly. I wish you would have picked something different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's see. Let's get to some questions though. Let's see. Oh, we had a super chat. Renan Ramos. First game of the season. Time to listen to your hand in mine. You guys do amazing work. Go Giants from Brazil. We appreciate you from Brazil, Renan. All right, get us some questions and we'll try and get to as many as we can. Danny, I love your pitching ninja hat. Nice. But yeah, he's got all the jerseys. He's good.
I got all the jerseys. And plus, I don't want to throw on a beanie. It's too hot right now.
Yeah. We got Viral Antics, who's up in a plane right now. That's sick. Who is Taiwan Jones? Wrong question. Who is Taiwan Jones? Has he been at camp? Taiwan Jones has been in the NFL for a long time, and he's been elevated from the practice squad. He's a special teamer, right? So, like, he's played running back. I think he played DB a little bit. I remember him with the Raiders specifically. I'll be interested to see if he returns over Eric Gray, because Eric did not look as a returner in the preseason. Gary Brightwell is one of the people who I think is going to be inactive, so I'm interested to see what happens with that. Football Grump says,
been in the league for so long.
Yeah, he might be the oldest player on the team.
He's 34.
Yeah,
Oakland, Buffalo, Houston.
Yeah, he's right up there. What's your biggest worry from the New York Giants defensive side of the ball? It's an easy one. It's the corners. Deontay Banks and Trey Hawkins going up against Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup, right? Where like Michael Gallup, he's great at the catch point. Trey Hawkins, that's where he struggled at Old Dominion. And then Deontay Banks can struggle losing the release. Brandon Cooks is great at the release. And he's got the speed to keep you beat. So to me, it's the rookie corners.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm 100% in agreement. The defensive line, I trust. Linebackers, at least when it's led by Bobby Okereke, I trust that. But they're so young, and they could easily get exposed by two quality receivers tonight. And it would just people would probably think Trey Hawkins and Deontay Banks are like the worst players in the league based off how they played tonight. But yeah, it's easily them too.
Yeah, I agree. And also Okereke. It's not like I'm worried about Okereke being good, but I want to see Okereke be awesome tonight versus Cowboys run offense that likes to get outside the tackles. Like we need him to have his best game of the season, essentially, playing against this team. Oh shit. Bray 1NZ, post the killing video. So if you're not familiar, we had good morning videos that would kill the mascot every week. I really did feel a little empty inside not posting one this morning.
Is it because there's nothing really with Cowboys, or was that?
No, we retired them because the Cowboys are actually the hardest one because there's only so many Western movies to pull from, and they're all very old, so they're not very graphic. It was because we were getting hate from people we liked, right? There's people who loved us who just like flat out hated that, even though it's like I'm kind of the mindset like, hey, just scroll. We're not actually going out there and killing the things.
Yeah,
like I understand not liking it, but scroll. But like people, it really bothered people, and we would lose. Like you think we would gain followers on game day on Instagram? We would lose followers every week. So, and at some point you let go of things too. Like I don't want to. Like I don't want to be 5 years from now doing the same old jokes. So it was
feel
like
like
we did it for a few years. It was time to move on.
I really hope someone joined right there and just post a killing video on the stream. That I would love to know what they thought. What did they destroy?
Yeah. Let's see. How do you think JMS progress has been so far? And thoughts on Bash? We'll just stick with JMS. He's another one where it's like it's quietly like, hey, this is game number 1 for John Michael Schmitz. Like, we talked about worrying about Banks. Like, JMS is the starting center, first game in the NFL, and because he's an older rookie, like, you're kind of expecting him to go out and play well immediately, right? Like, we don't need to see domination, but you know what? The Cowboys don't have a great defensive tackle group. JMS should go out there and win.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember Nick Gates probably had the best game at center for the Giants last year in the game versus the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped to see John Michael Schmitz tonight. Everything from what I've read, people are very pumped about what he's done throughout camp. I think the only controversy that existed with him in camp was what type of snap technique would he ultimately end up using in the NFL. But other than that, I'm pumped to see John Michael Schmitz actually do his thing. And I agree with you, though. Obviously, being an older rookie, we're kind of expecting a little more of him right out the gate comparative to like Deontay Banks. So let's go out there and just have a game. And I think he could be one of the reasons we win this game.
Into Anther says, do you see the New York Giants rolling out a lot today? Could that reduce the options for someone like Parsons if they're constantly rolling away from his pressure? Absolutely. Like, you go back and watch that Thanksgiving game. I mean, every play was play action. Like, almost every single play, at least to start the game, within the opening script and stuff. They were booting every single play, and actually had success. Like, Chris Myrick had that big play. Lawrence Cager had a big play to start the game, and the Isaiah Hodgins touchdown that came off the board was on a boot, and like it was Tyree Phillips was 4 yards down the field, not blocking anybody, but they called it. In fact, that's a tip for offensive linemen. If you do end up too far down the field, don't move backwards, because that just brings attention to you being downfield, and the ref's going to call it. Like, so I remember on that play, Phillips is 4 yards down the field, and my man, you are not conspicuous. You're 6'6", 345 pounds. They're going to see you trying to sneak backwards, and that's going to gain their attention to it where it may not. I'm an offensive line coach. That's something I'm saying. If you get too far downfield, do not try and crab walk back and act like the referee's not going to see it, because that's going to make them see it. Anyways, yes, but I do think they're going to. And hey, Evan Neal, man, it's a big test for him. Like, there's guy was drafted 7th overall. We have high expectations for you, man. You are a big part of what we do.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's going to be like playing the starter right away, or would that be something they adopt as they see like the Cowboys are actually just like building the pressure on DJ, not giving him time?
I think they're going to start and see how well it works. If Dallas is all over it, because the Dallas saw that look so much last year, I think they'll move away from it. But I think they're going to start out trying to do a bunch of play action and stuff. In fact, I made a prediction a couple weeks ago that the first passing play will be play action for 15+ yards.
Ooh.
Let's see. Doug Analytics says, are you worried at all about Adoree in the slot season long and versus the run? Versus the run, my only worry would be he getting hurt. Like, he played really well versus the run last year. So versus the run, I feel good about Adoree actually in there. But it's just more blows to the body when you're playing the run at slot versus outside, where you're like a part of run fits and stuff. You just become such a bigger piece to the run game. But again, Dallas being week 1 has made this conversation a little annoying, but it's like, I don't know if I want to see Adoree at slot versus the Eagles, or versus any team that has 2 outside receivers that are their best receivers.
No, because I was honestly going to say no, but then you were talking and said that, and I'm like, no, actually, no, you're right, because that's Dallas besides CeeDee Lamb. They got no one else really. No, I don't want to say that. They have quality
Cooper Kupp
receivers.
Is the only other team that plays their number 1 in the slot.
Yeah, they have quality receivers, Dallas, but like I get what you say. So seeing like that point, yeah, I would be nervous having like Adoree in the slot versus like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith just on the outside, absolutely eating up our rookie corners possibly. So like that, yeah. But also in the run, I ain't nervous.
Yeah. Ooh, another thing we didn't get to talk about on the preview pod, Abdul Steiner. Will they rotate the guards? Does that worry you if they do? No, the rotation's done, reportedly.
Bless.
You know, Dable in his press conference made it seem like that is a thing of the past that they've said on too. It's going to be Bredesen and Galinsky. So I'm happy about that. What I'm frustrated about is that our starting left guard and Ben Bredesen played almost 50 snaps at right guard in the preseason, 10 snaps at center, and like 12 snaps at left guard. So he's played over 80% not at the position he's going to be starting at and playing full-time for the New York Giants in the preseason. So that's the part that we're...
So do we know who is the rotation, or is it just reported right now?
It's
not the rotation. The actual
starters.
The two
Bredesen
starters.
and Galinsky. I mean, they're number one on the depth chart, and it was essentially reported that those two are the guys. Let's see. The fake mate says, do you expect to see a lot of screens tonight? I hope not. The Giants have been really bad at running screens. Since Shermer left, when is the last time we just saw successful screen plays?
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. Plus, I don't want them to run it. I just don't want them.
When's the last, like last year? When were the successful screen plays?
I couldn't even name you one.
Dude, I can't either. Like the ones with Saquon like never worked. Like the last time I could think of a successful screen play was like Tate versus the Jets, and then remember Saquon versus the Cowboys. I think we had one in 2019. I think we had a couple in that Steelers game at the beginning of 2020 before Saquon got hurt the next week. I can't remember. I'm sure there is some, and I'm missing them.
Honestly, if they want to do a screen, just do a tight end screen to Darren Waller. I want to see at least a new type of looking screen. I don't want to see Saquon. Come on, just have fun.
Yeah. I think we'll see some stuff with Paris Campbell. I think Paris Campbell's going to get a ton of volume today.
I'm excited for Paris Campbell. Not gonna lie.
He's in your fantasy draft.
He is.
Renan Ramos says, what improvements do you expect from Evan Neal? I think he's going to be great to start the snap. It's just, can his balance stay? Can he stay balanced throughout blocks and stay connected to blocks? And when guys do get to the corner, can he move his feet with them? Let's do our weekly game, Danny. Guess the inactives. So since they called up someone from the practice squad, does that mean they have to have 7 inactives to get from 54 to 4? I guess it means they have to have 7 inactives, right?
I guess they would, yeah. Unless the practice squad doesn't count against a 53-man roster.
Okay, so we got Cordell Flott, Javarius Owens, and Wan'Dale Robinson are listed as doubtful. Are there any of those guys you'd want to keep in there?
Out of anyone, Wan'Dale, I'm not worried about yet. Javarius Owens, I mean, maybe Cordell, but other than that, I'm really feeling that I need to see any of them desperately.
Listed as doubtful means you're essentially out unless they really want to force it. DJ Davidson was listed as questionable. He's their 6th defensive tackle. I expect him to be one of them.
DJ will be inactive.
McKeithen, I'm going to say, is one of them, coming back off the injury. Lemieux and Parrott are probably ahead of him, and Azudu. So there's no need to have a 9th offensive lineman. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With Taiwan Jones being active, I think Brightwell's going to be an inactive, right?
Yeah, because I mean, what they would already have Saquon and Breida. Why else would they need? I mean, if Eric
Saquon, Breida,
if Eric Gray is going to be
Taiwan Jones,
Eric Gray, is he maybe still going to be doing punt returns? So like, kind of.
But I feel like Taiwan Jones would be the returner. They just can't put him number 1 on the depth chart because like they didn't call up Taiwan Jones for no reason. So I think Brightwell would be the inactive. Like Gray's going to be active even if regardless, but I don't think they called up. Like it costs money it costs cap space to call up guys in the practice squad.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at PFF to see like what has Taiwan Jones done. It seems like he majority of his time was on kick return, but it's never like actually returning. At least that is.
Trying to think of other ones. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver, no. Tight end, no. We did one offensive lineman. D-line, we did one. Cam Brown is listed as questionable.
What about Bobby McCain? Could he be a sneaky one?
I think with Owens,
they would keep
probably
Bobby.
play. I think McCain McCain gets in there. I mean, Cam Brown is listed as questionable. He's only a special teamer.
They could afford to keep Cam Brown out of it today.
Yeah, this is. Let's see. I mean, there's really the quarterback, no. Running back, no. I mean, we did one with the running backs with Brightwell. Wide receiver, no tight end. Yeah, I think it would be. I feel like it kind of has to be Cam Brown because you can't really pull depth from any other spot.
No,
like the only other one you can make the argument for, like you said, is Bobby McCain. But I think, like with Javarius Owens out, like you don't want to roll with just 3 safeties.
Yeah, and if they didn't have like an Isaiah Simmons type, Cam Brown probably would then be active. They would have to then pull from a different position. But now that they have Isaiah Simmons, they can kind of afford to put Cam Brown on the back burner for at least tonight. But obviously, they're probably going to want Cam Brown for majority of their special team games. But why? You got the options this week not to using him.
Yeah. All right. So mine and your guests are Cordell Flott, Javarius Owens, Wandale Robinson, DJ Davidson, Marcus McKeithen, Brightwell, and Cam Brown.
We'll now wait for the great Dan Solomon tweet out. Actually, no, they won't because we don't play till 8 o'clock.
Later tonight. Usually we guess and we get the answer on the show.
I'm so used to playing at them 1 o'clock windows.
I know it's gonna be very weird this year. Next week is a 4 o'clock game. Like, when's our first 1 o'clock game?
It's not until week 4, week 5.
See, next week is a 4 o'clock, then a Thursday night football. I'm happy to get Thursday night football out of the way early.
Yeah,
then
it's week 5 at Miami.
Week 5 at Miami. Wonderful. Hot ass.
Then guess what? Right after week 5 at Miami, it's Sunday night football in Buffalo.
Buffalo. I'm gonna be up in actually, I just reminded me. Our event planner told us that there's the New York the NYC marathon is that weekend, and he's like, maybe we don't want to do an event in New York City during the marathon. But I also think maybe we could just put the event in Jersey though.
What be a watch
party
for Buffalo?
Yeah, like I think we could try it out in Jersey.
I could be the correspondent on the ground. We'll do that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
maybe I could go for a table. Ooh,
Zayden. Oh yeah, you're going to that one game, right?
Yeah.
You should go through a table.
I'm trying to go through a table. I won't lie.
You should wear like a t-shirt. We'll make a t-shirt and we'll get it for you, obviously, and we'll put revenge game and list all the former Buffalo Bills.
I'm down
on it.
I'm down.
Who we got? Shane Dable, Tierney, Bobby Johnson. Just that's front office coaching staff.
Taiwan Jones.
You have so many players: Isaiah Hodgins, Taiwan Jones, Boogie Basham, Matt Breida,
New York Buffalo Jones.
There's a lot of them. Let's see. Here we go. Zayden Pimpleton. You didn't have to do another $2, but I appreciate it. So Giants trade up in the draft for Travis Hunter. My man, I love you. I am not taking draft questions week 1 before the season. I have not watched Travis Hunter besides casually, but he looks good. So yes, I would love Travis Hunter. We might get a good draft this year though. Like there seems to be a ton of freaking talent, so which is nice because we're gonna be picking 32nd, so we need one of those types of drafts.
Exactly, it's tough. You can't get Travis Hunter 32nd overall.
Bro, didn't know you had to enter the message before paying. Yeah, I noticed you put the $5. So if that happens to you, I noticed you put the $5. I was just looking for your next chat. You didn't have to do that extra $2. So I'll even Venmo you the $2 back if you want to DM me on Twitter and prove it's you, because I don't want 20 people DMing me being like, "Hey, Venmo me $2."
I'm sated.
And or send me your address. I'll send you some stickers since you had to do that twice.
Ooh, honestly,
that's more valuable than
that's more worth it. To be quite honest,
I just ordered 1,000 stickers, and it's maybe the best feeling in the world to just be like, yeah, I don't have to buy any more of these for a year. And I'm not as wasteful with them as I used to be.
Ooh, I just got a very friendly tweet on Twitter from Justin.
Ooh, what do you say?
You better be right about the weather for game time.
Oh yeah, people are saying that. I think you got a lot of heat week 1 last year too.
I know.
And what was very funny is like it's a new year, right? Which means we have a lot of new listeners. We are getting tweets being like, "Didn't your weather guys like?" So I think there was like a handful of people who thought you were an actual meteorologist because you are, but there was a lot of people who were like,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I 100% am. I mean, there's a
obviously
part
you're a
of
real meteorologist, but a lot of
yeah,
people also thought that you were a real meteorologist.
there's a part of me for jokes like at my college they have like this like news type they have a TV station and they have like a news channel actually do weather, and there's a part of me that wants to like try out for like jokes and like just because I feel like that'd be
You
hilarious.
could bring in like a highlight reel.
Yeah,
Be
bring
like,
like a highlight reel.
pull it in. Be like I was 19-0 last year for the New York
And you
Giants
see
on
this,
the #1 New York Giants podcast.
I mean, I could even pick the weather in Afghanistan. Can your weather people do that now?
Yeah, that's true. Throwback.
Also, yeah, I still stand by my weather tonight, even though apparently it's pouring in New York, Jersey right now.
It rained in Tennessee before the game last year. You said it's not going to rain during the game. So let me check Twitter and see if we have any updates. Oh wow, here's an update from not the Giants. Will Levis is inactive, so Malik Willis is QB2 for the Titans to start. That's a really bad look for Will Levis. Let's see. No, nothing new. Patricia Traina says rain, go away.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah, no new updates.
It's these shows are just so like dead when there's no like we play at 8:00 because like we can't talk about it until realistically about like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. Brian Feingold is a little off topic, but Bobby, I'm excited to see you on Football Today. Good first app. Rep the Giants on a nationwide scale. Yeah, I'm going to have a talk with them, though, because they put out 3 promotional clips, and they've been me all saying negative things about other teams. It's like, I've said a lot of positive things about teams, too. We don't have to be exclusively like shit talking other teams in our promotional clips.
What the heck is Football Today?
We started. Me and Chris Rose are doing a podcast.
Oh,
I guess that's good promotion. Me and Chris Rose are doing a podcast Mondays and Fridays, recapping games, previewing stuff.
That's fun.
So we did the first show as the test show on Friday, and decided to put it out. So it's on the Jam Football channel.
Okay, because at first I thought I would watch like the regular Chris Rose rotation type thing. He just wanted to talk about football.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's me and Rose. And we'll try and get other people on there.
Shout out Chris Rose.
Shout out Chris Rose. We just got straight into it talking about football, but part of me wants to be like, hey, remember when we were trolling you?
Like we were just desperately trying to get you.
With Simple Man Radio, we're just tweeting weird things at him. One of my favorite trolls I ever did with John Boy Media was when Chris Rose joined. It was like a big deal, so they had us read an ad promoting it, and we're like, go leave a review saying Simple Man Radio is the best show ever, and you go look at like his first 100 reviews on Chris Rose.
Simple Man Radio.
And there's like 15 that are like, Simple Man Radio is the greatest show, but this is a good one too.
That was so funny.
You had to be like Chris Rose reading through. That made me laugh so much. Like, imagine Chris Rose reading through. Like, what the fuck is Simple Man Radio?
That's hilarious.
Let's see. Oh, John Montez brought up there was restructure. News happened since our preview pod. They restructured Okereke's contract and a little bit of who else's contract did they restructure?
What was it? It was Dexter, right?
Yeah, Dex and Okereke. They restructured some of it.
It was
which is the reactions to restructures are always very funny. Where it's like either like masterclass or like who are we trading for?
Yeah, because they're trading like Higgins in about 5 minutes. That's what that means.
Yeah, which is like. And it's like these are bad things. Never got me more angry was when Logan Ryan got his contract restructured in 2021 because the cap space was the cap was so mismanaged that year. And he tweeted like, "I did this for the team." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Logan Ryan?" This makes it harder for the team. It makes it harder to cut you in the future. Like And it literally happened. Like it would have made a lot more sense to cut him last year if he didn't take that. If there wasn't that restructure.
Remember when I'm not judging Joe Schoen. Remember when he's like, I hate restructuring contract. That was a fun.
Yeah. So I just
I ain't hating on Joe. Don't.
also I
anyone think I'm
learned
hating
something
on-
about the cap this year. I thought only the 53 man roster counted against the cap. I didn't realize the whole practice squad counted.
Oh, they
against
do.
the cap.
I thought they were
Yeah.
just like a fun set aside.
Yeah, because I knew the top 51 rule like went away like this week, but I thought it went from 51 to 53, and that is not the case. It's like you have to. So that's why I didn't think they were going to have to restructure a ton. Let's see. I don't think everyone brings up Higgins. I don't see the Bengals moving off of Higgins. I think they're just kind of playing hardball with this contract. There's no way they can't suffer they cannot live through the PR move of getting rid of Higgins.
Yeah,
with
there's
Joe
only
Burrow.
maybe only realistically one wide receiver out there that's available right now, and he plays for the Buccaneers. But there's no guarantee he's even on the market.
Yeah.
They'd be smart to trade the guy, but I don't know if they're smart down there.
All right, we're at 30 minutes. We can go. Let's put this up here. Me and Justin will be live after the game. It'll be a little later tonight because Justin has to get home from the game. Patreon.com/TalkingGiants. It's $2 a month. You'll get some of these stickers if you join. How about that? You get 5 of them if you do the $10 a month tier, but I'm not asking for that. Also, maybe we'll do some type of special too for like a week after the first win or something.
And you'll see winning podcast tonight. That's the other.
Yeah. I need a victory podcast. I cannot do a week 1 Sunday night losing podcast would be the death of me. So we can't.
Bad vibes.
We cannot have those types of bad vibes. So we got to win. If you don't join, we will be have the podcast apps sometime early morning, 4 a.m. or whenever, and then YouTube 8 a.m. So no pressure to do that. We still be putting out a ton of content. It's going to be a big week regardless. Let's finish off with this. And to emphasis, hey, did Justin get a shout out from Carl Banks on their latest Bleep podcast? Carl Banks is very condescending. Like Carl Banks knows who we are, which is like not a big deal at all. He's like, I think his name is Justin Plenick.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, dude, Carl Banks is the king of backhanded compliments.
Yeah, the callbacks know how
he's the king. He's
like there's no better I'm trying to think of the word
I wish Carl would just be mean. Just be mean. Yeah. That would be my thing. Just
his
be
old
mean.
takes exposed on Justin was the great. He's like, pretty sure this is just like a hobby for you, and now Justin, this show is like just probably more known than any.
I wish he would. I literally wish he would just be mean. Just be mean to Justin. Don't the backhanded compliments. I don't like. Carl or Justin Plenick, which is like don't make me want to be disrespectful to you. You're an all-time New York Giant great, Ring of Honor guy. You were all-decade player. Like I don't want to respond and be like, thanks for the shout out, Carl Blanks. I don't want to say that. Just either be mean or don't say anything at all.
By the way,
we don't need backhanded comp. Someone asked for a prop.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just trying to throw up that try to look up Giants Cowboys.
I have a question for you. Since betting's not illegal in Florida, I don't know if you're allowed to say this on the live stream. If I Venmo you money, can you bet my spread picks?
Oh, I think legally no. I think that is illegal. Last I checked. I also physically can if I wanted to because I'm not going to say.
If I texted you, would there be? Yeah, okay.
I know. I mean, even if I wanted to, I still am not legally allowed to do. Like, they can't verify my identity. I'm not naming.
Oh, you're not legal. Why not?
I know. I am legal, but they can't verify my identity. It's really weird. I'm not going to say names of any companies.
That is.
There are multiple.
How
about player props? Let's. But I'm gonna say Dak Prescott. What's his over under interceptions? I'm being petty. Over under half an. I'm going over for Dak Prescott on interceptions. He's thrown an interception tonight. Boom.
What is it? What is it? Half an interception?
Yeah.
All right. Grant. He says over on the interceptions for Dak Prescott. I like that. Which is like that's one where it's like you're just like, come on, throw it.
Yeah,
throw it. Hey, Giants only had 6 interceptions last year. A third of them came versus Dak Prescott. So
yeah. Oh, before we go, you think Mike McCarthy is going to be a good play caller for the Cowboys? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Good. We're in agreement.
All right, we'll see you guys. We'll again. Me and Justin will be live on Patreon tonight. I'll be on podcast apps and YouTube in the morning. Let's win this freaking game. Let's win. We need this win. Let's appreciate you guys. Let's go Big Blue.